say no. I say absolute. Batman is not a superhero.
He doesn't have power. He just has the utility belt.
Right. I mean, he does some super things, but a superhero?
I mean, he's a great detective.
So the superhero mean you gotta have the abilities.
Yes. That's what makes you super. You can be an exceptional hero, but it's not an exceptional hero. It's a superhero.
Okay, let's wait. Alright, how you guys doing? Welcome to another episode of the Lost Blurs. I'm Will, the Kraken.
I am Jason the Villain.
And I'm Brandon, the Doctor.
And as always, we're here to talk about everything pop culture. Anything you can think of, from the rooter to the tutor, just like John Weatherspoon said. Gotta flip it upside down. Anything you can think of.
Oh, yeah.
So, we're coming to you today with a little different than we've been doing the previous episodes. I know we've covered Marvel. We covered some of everything, some of the great 80s movies, people, themes from the 80s. But we're coming to you with our top 5 guitarists.
Ooh, question 1. It's
all
going to be
time.
good.
It's going to be hard. We know there's different theories, there's different type of guitars, acoustic, bass, all that kind of stuff. But we're going by the average man's look at the guitar. So, I'm going to let my brothers here choose which one they go first.
Well, I will be
I'll
honest.
get into it.
I think you all will have probably a better idea of who the top 5 are going to be. But I'm going to go over my list anyway.
I want to hear it.
My number 5 is Prince.
Okay.
That's my number 5. Not only a great guitarist, or any instrument I think you could name him, he probably knew how to play it.
Yeah, sure.
If you haven't seen it, you get on after you finish this video. Put in Prince at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame performance. They called him on stage, and I feel like in their faces they said, "We made a mistake," because he took over the performance and he became the performer. Also, Prince is probably my greatest Super Bowl halftime performance as well.
Okay.
Just gonna throw that out there. Number 4, Slash. Well, in case you didn't know, he is a black man. He don't like to claim that, but he is. Can't hide it.
His mom's a sister.
Number 3, go with James Page, Jimmy Page. Number 2, Van Halen. I'm pretty sure he's on everybody's list. And my number 1, the original, the icon, the innovator, Jimi Hendrix. He has to be number 1 for those reasons. He died so young. It's just trying to imagine what he would have been able to do had he still been here. The trends that he set, I mean, his style at that time
is ridiculous.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's too much history. It's hard to deal with.
To this day.
Alright, Villain, I'm going to let you go.
All right. I think a couple of these, like you said, should be on everybody. Well, might be on everyone's list. At least I think. It should be. Which, like you said, the beauty of this show is we get these. We come up with these questions, and we have about a week to come up with the answers. Do our research, and we don't hear anything that anybody's going to say until this show comes on. So I have no idea what anybody's going to say, and so that kind of helps along a little bit. So. Number 5, I'm going to start with Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stevie Ray Vaughan, I think, Lenny, if you have not heard that song, after you subscribe and hit the notification button, watch that video as well. It doesn't have a word in it. It's one of the greatest guitar solos, it's like recorded ever. It's ridiculous. Number 4, I'm going to go Carlos Santana. My dad turned me on to Santana when I was a kid. I'm a huge Carlos Santana fan. Black Magic Woman is still one of the greatest songs I've ever heard. So I'm a huge, mega huge Santana fan. And so I completely think he deserves to be up there. My number 3 is gonna be Prince. I'm gonna go with the Purple Rain himself. As far as being a showman, it is what it is. Prince, like you said, does have the greatest Super Bowl halftime show, I think, of all time. Also, he has one of the best movies I've ever seen. Purple Rain is still one of my favorite movies I've ever seen.
Soundtracks
of all time. Of all time. And so I think Prince, you know, rest in paradise. I think he deserves to be up there as well. My number 2, I'm going to go Eddie Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen was doing things on the guitar. It sounded like 2 or 3 people were playing.
Yeah, he's super.
Yeah, it was crazy. Hot the Teacher is one of those songs that when I first started liking rock and roll, before I understood it, I knew I liked that song. You know what I mean? I like the rhythm of it. A huge Eddie Van Halen fan. And number 1 is the Voodoo Child, Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix was doing things with guitars that made them create synthesizers. He was doing things like the playing behind his head and playing with his teeth and all that stuff. It was we played with it inverted, so like the string. It was too much that he was doing. That the Beatles and everyone that was over at the time, they saw him perform. They said, we have to make this guy our friend. We cannot challenge him because he can ruin everyone here. I think Jimi Hendrix, you know, like I said, Voodoo Child, Band of Gypsies, Machine Gun is probably one of my favorite songs by him. So I'm a huge Jimi Hendrix fan, and he's gonna, of course, and he's a brother, so he's gonna. And he was eccentric, you know what I mean? He was wild, even with the headbands and the cool coats, and that's how I am, you know. So Jimi Hendrix will probably always be my number 1.
All right, mine comes in no particular order.
It's gonna be so interesting.
It's not really, because I have mostly a combination of what both of these guys have. Some of my honorable mentions gonna be Jimmy. Jimmy is an icon.
Hold on, you mean is it the
honorable
same?
mention? He might be.
He's outside of the top 5.
He's probably number 6.
The disrespect.
It's not the
They're running the
disrespect.
6th man off the bench, like.
It's not the disrespect. Jimmy is the icon. He's the it when it comes to guitars. He's the one that's kind of started it all. But I had to look past it. It's just almost like I said in another episode. Some things are just iconic. It's like Hollywood Shuffle, that movie. It's just iconic. When it talks about
I can dig it.
black stereotypes and everything in Hollywood.
Okay.
So Jimmy is that kind of icon.
Okay.
He's basically the god.
So your top 5 is literally 2 through 6.
kind of, sort of. It's just like I just can't put him up there.
That's why I'm glad.
So it's just like my guitarists. They're in no particular order.
All right.
I can't go in the order
Because
because you got BB King.
Okay.
I love BB.
Yes.
You got you can put Bootsy Collins up there. Bootsy playing the bass or Larry Graham playing the bass. So it's too many genres to go over.
I already said Muddy Water.
And yeah, Muddy Water. It's just too many genres in guitar to go over. So I'm gonna give my top 5 real quick, and it's not really a top 5, so they could go in their order. So yeah, John Mayer, honorable mention. John Mayer is cold-ass guitarist. All right. All right. Basically, Slash played on so many records, Guns N' Roses album, Michael Jackson albums, some of those classic guitar riffs on plenty of Michael Jackson albums is Slash. Excuse me. Got Jimmy Page. Everybody knows his little riff. What's the song? I'm slipping my mind. That P. Diddy remade for Godzilla.
Come with me.
Yeah, come with me. Yeah.
That's on my workouts.
Yeah, all the classic. All right, you got Eddie Van Halen. Like I said, Van Halen as a group all together just classic. David Lee Roth, just Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen, just a monster with the guitar. All right, then you got the man, like they said, Prince. Prince is just an icon all together. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, like the doctor said. If you watch it, one of the most classic live performances ever. The man has the people who play guitar with him doing this.
They cut their guitars off. Yeah,
They're like looking and smiling and laughing.
They're like props.
Cause he was tearing up George Harrison. What's the song?
As my guitar gently weeps.
As my guitar gently weeps.
Yes.
It was a tribute to George Harrison.
It was.
He just destroyed it. He did better than Eric Clapton on it and everybody would have done it. So it's Freaking Friday. You know, every Friday we gonna consider Freaking Friday. We might have some adult topics. So really, don't let your kids watch the show on Freaking Friday. I'll just say that. All right. So the first pick one I picked. I've done my research years ago on this one. Sometimes now. It's Mia Khalifa versus or Havana Ginger. Who you got? Pick one.
I gotta go with Havana. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know what? I did some research on this. Okay. I will say this right here. Havana Ginger has a gorgeous smile. And it may not seem like something that you would be paying attention to, but it's one of the things I look at. It's completely a turn on. Although Mia got the glasses, she got like the nerdy girl next door thing kind of going on. I think Havana's scenes flow a lot better. I think her skills are a little bit more defined. I'm totally going to want Havana Ginger on this one.
All right. I'm kind of going to be on the same page. Mia, hey, she's got a nice rack.
It's gorgeous.
Hey.
She got the exotic look about it.
Yeah, she got that look that you don't really see in many porn. I think that's why a lot of people like the Drake and everybody. People like that were trying to get at her. She has that look that a lot of people like, oh man, they do that kind of stuff. But as far as skills wise, as far as even she got a better body. I'm sorry, to me, Havana Ginger got the same, probably size rack. Looks better. Like I said, she got some other skills. She can bob and weave real good. If you don't know what bob and weave is, think about it. If you don't know, we'll put it in the comments.
The old cap and gown.
Yeah, or what the young people say, what we used to call capping back in the day, they call it line now.
I can't believe they did that.
Yeah, because when somebody say, hey, you capping, I'm like, you doing what?
Point out.
So, I believe she got the skills. She got a better ass, in my opinion.
She does. Okay.
She got a better ass.
And you know what? This is a blurred podcast. I'm going to go ahead and say I think her skin like is too. I think her skin, I mean, it's smoother. I'm not talking about complexion wise. I'm just about it's like that kind of milky skin. It's
yeah, she's Havana Ginger. She's a classic. Like I said, I've done my research in the past. Hey,
that's right.
The winner of this pick one. All right, so we're moving on to another kind of hard one. I couldn't. You know what?
It's kind of hard. The question.
It's Annihilating or Kneel On. My brother Doctor came up with this one. He's the turd for doing that.
I think it's only right that you should try to go first. Then.
Might as well.
You want me to go first?
You came up with the question. You should ask.
Because for this one, go ahead.
So to me, I mean it was a hard question to answer, but I gotta go with Kneel On, bro.
Okay.
I just gotta go with Kneel On. It's just something about her, and it's kind of like what you mentioned with her, like her skin tone.
Yeah.
And it's like an essence of like cocoa butter or something like that.
Is there any scene that sticks out like in your head that made you solidify it? You know, sometimes like you try to pick one, it's like one scene.
Yeah, you looking at movies and stuff.
I mean, everything she was in. I mean,
I can dig it. You going with Kneel On?
Yeah, we already talked about Friday a couple of shows ago. I mean, she was gorgeous in that.
She was Big Mama's house when
Big Mama's house. What was the John Lorenz thing? Not Poetic Justice. Love John.
Love John.
I mean,
Will Smith, girlfriend, Nia. No, not Nia. What was her name?
Lisa Fresh Prince.
Goodness.
Beautiful. I gotta give it to Nia.
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood. Now, don't get me wrong, Sanai's beautiful. She's gorgeous too.
Sanai, yeah, because Sanai got blamed for at least Denzel White thought he was cheating with her.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, you remember her in Blade?
Oh my goodness,
yeah.
people forget that.
She was in the
People
first
forget
grade.
that. Yeah, she
Sanai
was.
Latham was in there. She was his mother, I believe.
You want me to dive on in on this one? I guess.
Go ahead, cause I ain't got much to say. It's just we kind of explain why I'm going with Nia Long.
Well, plus the baby makes 3. Then I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. There's 2 scenes that come to mind when I think about Nia Long. The worst one, the first one, is in Friday when she jogs in there. I wanna get it. That's ridiculous. That was ridiculous. The second scene, as my brother alluded to, was in Big Mama's house when she spilled the jelly on her and she takes it off. That was just. And Martin played it up perfectly. So the whole scene was funny, but it was just like Nia Long was ridiculous. And like I said, I'll always give extra points to like the extra gorgeous smile, flashes with their skin tone. It's ridiculous. Like you said, Sanai Latham is gorgeous. She is absolutely gorgeous. That goes without saying. But yeah, Nia Long, because I see her with the short hair and the long hair, and she was bad with both. So I'm going to give it with Nia Long.
I like to see Sanai Latham as a superhero.
That'd be G. Now, Sanai Latham was always had done with another one.
Yeah.
She'd be really good.
But we might have those coming up. All right, we're going on the next one, which it's probably the hardest out of all 3 of them. And it's Apollonia versus or Vanity.
It's easy to me.
It's easy to you?
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that. I can't say it's that easy.
That was definitely not
Apollonia
easy for me.
or Vanity. That's not easy. So since it's easy to you, you go first.
Well, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Both gorgeous, both beautiful. I mean, Vanity from The Last Dragon. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, she was gorgeous, but she has a better face than Apollonia. But Apollonia, she has her assets.
Mm-hmm.
She has, man.
That's why it's hard for me.
That's what
you
takes,
kind of explained it, right?
It's face versus body. I understand.
And she still has a beautiful face.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
But see, I'm a breast man, and Apollonia, but she took off them clothes.
Like
by the
Like
time
Minnesota?
Minnesota, I was like,
That
Lord.
kinda
I was
killed
a
right
little
there.
kid, like, man,
It's a great ticket. You want
just a
Apollonia?
better body. He explained it. I ain't got to explain much. That's why I shook his hand.
I'll say this: the sex shooter scene. They did the sex shooter, which she had the lingerie scene.
Mm-hmm.
One of the sexiest scenes ever. Not to mention the waters of Lake Minnetonka. However, I'm gonna go with Vanity on this one. I'm going old to these riches. I'm gonna tell you why. I think, and a lot of people forget she was in this. Not forget she was in this movie, but the stuff that Apollonia did in Purple Rain, Vanity did in Action Jackson. Okay, so Vanity was hot in Action Jackson. I think she was really. It was more of a like a cuteness than a sexiness that was in Last Dragon. You know what I mean? Because she wasn't as over. You know, she didn't. She kind of toned it down in that movie. But I gotta go Vanity. I used to think she was just. She was probably one of the first crushes I had outside of Pam Grier. Vanity is absolutely. Now, give me like I said, don't get me wrong. I mean, on Kristen's phone, my ringtone is actually Sex Shooter. You know what I mean? So I love that song. I think Apollonia is phenomenal. I don't know why I'm giving the edge to Vanity. I think she was in 2 of my favorite movies. And to be there. Look, feel it. Come on.
Ain't nobody touching on Pam Grier. Continue.
Oh, yeah, she's the top of the mountain.
No.
And it's not even close. For me, it is. Yeah, it is what it is.
All right. So we're going to question number 2. Like I said, it's Freaky Friday. We're going on not the ordinary question. So, you and your girl, you and your wife, where you getting in at? On the balcony or on the plane?
All right. You know what? I threw this one in the hat, so let me go ahead and go first. Like we said, assuming both can accommodate your size comfortably, okay? The Mile High Club is an esteemed club. Everybody wants to go in the airplane bathroom, you know what I mean? Now, me being a showman, the reason I want to pick that one is because when I finish, and come out the bathroom, everybody in the plane knows what's going on. You know what I'm saying? All the dudes are like, yeah. All the girls like, I heard your girl in there. You know what I mean? So you kind of get like the little flashiness. The hotel high-rise balcony, you probably get a better audience, better view, the exhibitionist in me, I'm gonna have to go ahead and go for the hotel high-rise balcony. The exhibitionist, like I said, who knows? Neighbors, might look out. I mean, if you're out there, you might as well put on a show. You know what I mean? I'm going to the
give
hotel
him a high five.
You know what I mean? Come on. Post one photo op. You never know what you're doing. So, yeah, I'm going to the high-rise balcony.
I think I'm going to have to go with the Mile High Club. Me and my wife on the plane. I just think it's just going to be tough to beat that one.
That's true. You said the excitement, huh?
I feel you.
Being on the plane,
I got something in my eye. Can you help me out? Yeah, I feel you on that.
Seeing if everybody sleep on the
right.
plane.
Get the old blanket handed, Jay. Meet me in the bathroom. Can I have a pillow stewardess? Jesus, I need it.
All right, I'm gonna have to go with the balcony. Hey. To me, like I said, excluding size, the plane would be exciting and all that kind of stuff, but the balcony is probably going to be where I got the most freedom. I can do whatever I need to do. I can wave with everybody, scream and holler, do what I need to do.
The showman.
You don't have to cover nobody mouth and all that kind of stuff. Hey, just like you said, you're having fun.
That's true.
You're having fun.
There's no wrong answer to that.
No, it's just what you prefer. It's what you prefer. All right, moving on to our next segment. As you know, we got the Who You Gots. And this week, we got some interesting things. We're going to have to explain these Who You Gots a little bit more.
Okay.
So on the first one, this is the one I picked. We got Al, 4 touchdowns in the game, Bundy, versus Harlan Flat Top Myers from Necessary Roughness. 1 yard line, 4 seconds to go. You need a touchdown to win.
Mm-hmm.
Who's winning? Al Bundy or Flat Top? Who you got?
Here goes the thing. The one deficiency that Al Bundy has in this, because first off, Al Bundy is an American hero. Okay,
he's the greatest American.
Come on now, of all time. You know what I mean? And the greatest shoe salesman I've ever witnessed. I will say this. I'm not sure if he was juiced or not. Flat Top was a mountain. You know what I mean? That dude, he was what was he, All-State or whatever the case was.
All conference.
All conference, you know what I mean? All-American. It's going to be hard to deal with Flat Top. They meet the 1 yard line. If Al come through like free and Flat Top come through unblocked, I mean, if he can put maybe the Heisman move, he put the Heisman move. But I got to go for the defender on this. I love Al Bundy to death, but I think when Flat Top hits him, he starts his shoe career early. Yeah.
I mean, me and you both play football. We both play defense.
Yes, they did.
I'm gonna have to go with the defensive player. I got, and then what Al Bundy is. I mean, you just going off his story. I ain't seen no highlights. By his story, you and your 4 touchdowns. You know how people are when they get up in age, they like to add a couple touchdowns here and there to what it was. But man, Flat Top gonna tear that man up. Especially you talking about going head up the middle. Now you talking about you racing to the sideline. Okay, I might get Bundy on that one. But you talking about they going up the middle. Straight up.
Oklahoma drill, straight up.
Nah, Flat Top taking that one.
Nah, you know what? On the 1 yard line, running back being 5 yards in the backfield.
Right.
You gotta get through the D line. Straight up, beating the A gap. Bundy's gonna win. Al Bundy is gonna win. I'm going with that old man strength of Al Bundy to get over that 1 yard line and cross that plane.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say he's gonna walk in. But
he doesn't do it.
1-on-1, Al just gonna lower his shoulder, get it on in there like he did with Bubba Smith in the hallway.
That was probably the best scene ever.
He's gonna get it in on that 1 yard line.
End up on his back. That's what's gonna happen.
Cause you gotta realize Al Bundy has another strength. He starts fights at the nudie bar. Just
true.
because.
Just because he's a man.
He goes fights everybody. One of the greatest scenes ever on a Married with Children episode. When it's Kelly's birthday, they go to the movies, and she like, Daddy, did you go beat him up? Okay, Pumpkin. He goes up there and just wails on dude.
And just beats him down.
And that was his second fight. The first one, dude told.
Popcorn too.
Yeah, that was the first fight when dude said something to him. He's like, excuse me. Steps over the seat and just whoop dude ass, take his popcorn, and that's it. But that episode is extremely funny when he gets lost. He was like, hey, Peg, where you at? And he said, hey, I see boobies.
I see boobies.
And every man in that theater just gets up
and turns
so they can see the boobs. So Al Bundy, All-American man, a man's man. I'm going with Al Bundy. Get over that 1 yard line, man. Hey,
I can dig it.
Flat top.
You think flat top is big? Maybe Al slips him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he just lower that shoulder and falls over that plane. Like I said, he's not gonna walk in, but that's how he's gonna do it. All right, the next who you got? We're going with Mr. 3000 Stan Ross versus Henry Roland Gardner. If you don't know who,
Garden Hoser.
This is my
Raymond Boozer. If you don't know where Henry Roland Gardner is from, he's from the movie Rookie of the Year. He's a kid who develops a rocking arm from what he slips on the baseball.
Yeah, messed his tendons in the shoulder.
It messed his shoulder up and it comes back tighter than ever. So, bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, need a home run or just a hit to win. Who you got? Roland Gardner or Stan Ross, Mr. 3000, which is Bernie Mac's character from the movie, I think it's Mr. 3000.
This is my question. Now you said need a home run or need a hit.
I say you should go bases
loaded.
Bases
loaded is gonna be one hit.
Yeah, one hit. You just want to get that. You want to get a man to the base.
See, that just changes.
Tie game.
That just changes everything. But I'm gonna give it to the young man, Mr. Henry Roland Gardner, Rowenberger, all the other names that he get called in that movie. I'm gonna go with him. He's gonna be throwing 100-mile plus fastball. And mostly I'm gonna say that because Mr. 3000 was towards the end of his career. If you think about that movie, he was definitely at the end. If it was towards the beginning, he was still a young man, had young eyes, young reflexes.
Not like on T-Rex.
T-Rex.
T-Rex. If he was like that, I might give him the edge, but I'm gonna give it to the Rookie of the Year.
I can dig it.
I'll let you go.
I tried to say like Stan Ross like at his peak. You know what I mean? I try to give him like at least try to level the playing field. Bases loaded. You need one hit. Henry with the arm.
Plus, you know what's going on. It's coming over.
It's coming straight. Ooh.
Yeah. Plus 100.
Can a man? First off, let's not overlook 3,000 hits. Is a
it's great.
It's a ridiculous feat in baseball. Not many have done it. He's not gonna even clip one.
Nah.
Roland Gardner putting that thing over the plate. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think all three of us gonna.
You gotta go Henry Roland Gardner.
Because you gotta realize, Henry threw the ball from the center field bleachers all the way to home plate.
Mm-hmm.
So he really wasn't throwing as fast as he possibly could.
That's true.
Probably when he was
dumbing it
pitching.
down.
So
that's real. I didn't think about that. He was dumbing it down. He had to.
Yes, his arm was crazy. So yeah, like you said, Stan Ross, we only saw him up in age. That's all we saw. So I'm going with Roland Gardner on that one. Got to. But hey, that's a great movie, Mr. 3000.
Yes, it is though. Actually pretty funny.
Had Vanessa Del Rio in that job.
Oh,
Vanessa Del Rio, even at her old age, is still fine. All right, this next one, who you got? It's gonna be Toretto from Fast and Furious versus Frankenstein from Death Race.
All right.
Who you got?
I came up with this one. Let me dive this one in. Now, what I was saying is, I'm going to set the tone. I want them to both have armored cars, okay? Both have armored cars, offensive and defensive. And you have to pretty much win the death race, okay? Just one race. I don't know, it's 5-6 laps, you know what I'm saying? Same thing. So we pretty much take it Toretto. The only reason I picked Toretto is because he's the only one out the Furious game that has, like, driving and battle skills. I thought he'd only be the only one that could probably give Frankenstein a run for his money. We're only going Death Race 1, so that's versus Jason Statham. Who was a NASCAR racer, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was a NASCAR driver. And they pretty much framed him for his wife's murder to put him in this death race thing. There's a grittiness about Dominic Toretto that is hard for me to ignore. Frankenstein, don't get me wrong, I know that's what he does for a living. I know he is a death racer or whatever. He was thrust into the lifestyle just off of nothing, just off of a whim because they knew he could race. But Toretto, I think, is far more gritty. I think there's something in him that won't let him lose, especially if he can make contact with the other drivers. You talk about he can activate plates and use offense like machine guns and rocket launchers, not to mention just using his car as a weapon. Frankenstein almost won, but if we're going off Toretto versus Frank, I gotta go with Dominic Toretto on this one. What do y'all think?
I have to agree. To my knowledge and my memory serves me correct, in all of the Fast and Furious movies, Toretto has never lost.
That's correct.
He has never lost.
He may have tied once, but he's never lost, I don't think.
And he will not lose to Frankenstein either.
I never realized it.
Damn.
Well, I really never thought about it.
Just think about it.
The closest he came was at the end of one when they raced toward the train.
Yeah. And that really was just because O'Connor's car was where his car was. It was on the other side. But yeah.
I didn't think about that. That's actually a pretty good point. So we got a death race. Okay, so you picking Toretto?
Picking Toretto. And I don't think he would have beat The Rock in that fight either.
Oh, definitely.
Man, just
You know what? We're gonna make this a triple threat, a three-way.
Okay.
I just love the Fast and Furious movies. I'm just going off the love for the movie franchise.
Okay.
Like Brandon said, I never realized it or looked into it, but yeah, he never lost a race. So if he was in the death race, he's gonna soup up that car and make it what it needs to be.
He's gonna press on the gas and it's just gonna lift up.
Yeah, it's gonna do what it has to do.
You gotta think he already beat one of the people that was in that movie. Tyrese was in that movie.
Yeah.
He beat him, so why not? Yeah, I guess we're going with Dominic Toretto with the clean sweep.
Oh yeah.
That's actually
I don't
pretty
think
cool.
that was quite stupid. I'm sorry about that. But
now, if it was Ricky Bobby, I don't know. That's a whole nother question right there.
yeah.
Because you ain't first.
He last.
Yeah, that's a wheel right there.
It's time for our next, my favorite.
Nah, it's not yet. We got a movie review.
Ooh.
And if you're not a blurred, if you hadn't seen this movie, I'm just gonna be straightforward and honest. Cause it's the classic blurred movie, but it's a classic nerd movie. The Revenge of the Nerds. That's our movie review.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and start it off. You know what? Just like so many TV shows and movies we used to watch back in the day, when I was about 5, 6 year old, I thought that was what college was about.
Oh yeah.
You had your smart guys, you had your athletes, you had your jocks, you had your nerds. So there were always the outcasts. In this movie, you got the Skolnicks, Louis Skolnick. You got the Woomsers, the what's his name? Lamar Latrells, which was the only black guy in the movie.
Yeah, he was.
And he happened to be gay, but hey, they could have depicted us a little bit better. But nah, he wasn't the only black guy. He had what's his name? What's the dean name? Yeah, UN Jefferson.
Yes.
That's his name.
Yes.
Yeah, old UN Jefferson.
Yeah, Booger.
Man, I should have worn my Lambda shirt.
You know you would have been alpha beta.
You know what? Me? Nah, because you know what? At the end of the day,
Man, we're jocks.
man, I'm smarter than I am an athlete.
That's true.
I'm smart.
You been like Ogre in the end of part 2?
Frederick Paula Washington.
Ogre Louis.
So it had all the classic things. And it was what I thought, panty raids. Man, when they went in and did the panty raid, then they put the cameras up in the sorority. I'm like, man, What they say? Have you guys? Lamar said, "Have you guys been watching Pies all night?" yeah. We've been watching Pies all night.
We've been watching Pies all night.
Just watching everybody take showers. So it's a great movie. Then at the end, guess what? The nerds mostly get the women. Hey, they get the women. Hey, they had the best party, especially when they started smoking. We said Booger. Booger's was probably the classic character in that movie.
Yeah.
With the Wonder joints. So everything, even you and Jefferson and them, they started playing the Michael Jackson Thriller and everything.
Yeah, they kind of gave into it.
So it's all good. Then come at the end of the movie to save the day. They're in a black fraternity.
Yes.
Lambda.
It's a black fraternity.
It's a black fraternity.
That's right.
Then the brothers come and help them out at the end.
That's right.
So
that's right.
It's just a great movie all the way around. And any other things I missed, I know it's so much I probably missed.
I'm gonna let you know. The movie starts off very slow. Because when I first watched it, I was like, what?
You talking one or two?
I'm talking about one.
One does start off slow.
I'm talking about what am I watching? But, as you mentioned, at that party, once they get to that party, that's when the movie takes off. And that's when the movie really gets good.
Man, I have to disagree. I loved it from the beginning. From the part when they were putting the satellite dish on top of the car like the old GPS to going around campus with the big ass suitcases and stuff, man. Even sleeping in the gym. When they were in the gym and everybody shooting basketballs and it's coming over the top and all that. Man, I love every part of the movie. The carnival, especially the carnival.
Oh,
when they're having the drunk beer races.
That was good.
The carnival scene was great, man. Takashi, that whole thing, man. Hey, it was great. It had a lot of stereo. Even Latrell Lamar, when he was doing the javelin.
Oh my god, with the floppy javelin.
The floppy javelin,
that
man.
Was great.
That's just a great all-around 80s movie. And like I said, you're not a nerd or a blurred if you hadn't seen it.
Got to see
so
it.
If you hadn't seen it, you're a little bit younger than us, or whatever. If you hadn't seen it, go watch it.
It's definitely worth a look. I gotta agree with
that. But don't go past 2. Revenge of the Nerds 2.
Yeah, those are on 2 that matter. And I'm gonna give my review on Revenge of the Nerds 1 and 2. As I think they both did as well. I think the first one, it kind of set the tone. I thought it was great. It kind of showed, like you said, this is how I thought college was, just like nerds and jocks. You know what I mean? It showed how a lot of stuff that went on in that movie would not fly in today's cinema. Oh my goodness! No. But I will say this right here: it showed how sometimes brains will triumph over brawn, and pretty much took everything brawn had. They kind of made them look like dicks when they trashed their house for no reason. And they kind of put them on blast in front of everybody, and so the alphabet was just being dicks. And so. And you know what I mean? And so, like at the carnival scene where he dressed up, and she thought he was a jock, but he really wasn't. And the whole what's like the spaceship, the space ride thing, the moon ride. I thought that was great. And then part 2 comes along, which is a lot more upbeat. I thought it was funnier. I'm not saying if it was as good, but it was a lot funnier. But like you said,
the whole tit for tat.
Yeah, tit for tat. Okay, I'm with
I give it.
But the scene where they go on the island, where they get marooned, and they throw them, Ogre and everybody off, and they find like the old army surplus, and they find the huge, we've got Bush! You know what I'm saying? They roll the big joint, and I'm going to tell you something. Ogre gives my favorite line when they passing the joint around, and he says, what if C-A-T really spelled dog? You know what I'm saying? Just extra stupid, and like you said, they triumphantly ride back in on the tank. The black fraternity, the Landers, they helped them out, give them some respect. Overall, I know we're finna go back down the line and do this for the entire series. I'd probably give it, I'll give it 4 blurs on it, definitely. What about you? How many blurs you give it? The entire 1 and 2, 5 shot, 5 star, 5 blurs.
I'm gonna give it 4.5.
I'm with it. That's a solid movie.
5 all the way. I would give it a 4.5 because I say they did Lamar wrong, but hey, he was still a great character. It was still funny.
They did.
Everything he did was still funny.
Wormser was a real sniz magnet.
Yeah.
All the chicks loved Wormser. And what was the other dude with the stupid hair? Poindexter. Yeah, great movie. Great movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Stan Gable.
Oh my God, Stan! Like I said, you had to love Ogre. You know what I'm saying? Ogre was cool. He was like the dumb muscle.
Ogre was a fool.
Yeah, Ogre was a fool.
Which, what's his name? I forget his real name. Plays Jefferson on Al Bundy. If you don't know.
Oh, he did. He sure did. He did. Yeah,
he
did play Jefferson. Yeah, he did. He did indeed.
Al's best friends other than Griff and the people in No Man.
Speaking of No Man,
let's get to our last and most favorite section of today's show, the Cosplay Crush of the Day.
Mm-hmm. The Cosplay Crush of the Day, I was going through Instagram and first off, her name is Nerdalicious KP. It's Nerdalicious_K.P. Follow her on Instagram. Her cosplays are phenomenal, and she is gorgeous. I tend to say that it's like a going thing when all the ladies do our cosplays. But her attention to detail in the cosplays are really cool, and she takes a lot of the male characters, she flips them around and gets like that female kind of like flip to it. Mm-hmm. It's really, really cool. She says she's been cosplaying for about 2 years. She says she has some pretty good experience in it now. And she loves to watch anime, and she's a huge collector of Funko Pops.
Okay.
We got to start getting some of those on the screen, on the show, just to show our love towards her. But Funko Pops, she's a huge gamer, so she loves gaming. So follow her on Instagram. That's at Nerdalicious_K.P. It's on your screen right there. Give her a shout, give her a hello, and she'll speak back.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for our Freaky Friday episode. Like I said, we look forward to coming back to you guys next week with some more fun stuff. But be sure to like and subscribe to our Cosplay Crush of the Day. Definitely like and subscribe to us. Hey, we need your support. Tell us how we're doing on this. Hey, give us some hate if you say you hate it. We're gonna use it.
You got to
motivate us.
Especially if you disagree.
What we need to change.
Yes.
Anything we need change.
If you disagree with our pick ones, if you want to make your own pick ones,
hey,
feel free to leave a comment.
Send them in. We'll use them.
We read all the comments.
Yes, we really do. We really do.
Yeah. So that's gonna be it for today's show. We'll see you guys next week.
Talk blurty to me.